extremely thoughtful, almost like the perfect guy, which to be an astronaut, you got to be pretty well-rounded, I think.
More than an astronaut, a member of parliament, federal minister, and more than someone that gave me my first big interview as a journalism student, Marc Garneau is being remembered as a really good person. He died on Wednesday at the age of 76 here in the Montreal riding of NDG Westmount, which Garneau represented in Ottawa for 15 years. His former constituents and acquaintances are mourning his loss, especially those here at the iconic Chez Nix, where Garneau often dined as recently as weeks ago.
When he retired, he come here, so we was friends. I get to know him a lot.
This is a photo Andrew Harris will cherish of Marc Garneau when he stopped in at Chez Nix in 2023.
He just told me that if I have a problem, I could call him and I could ask him any question. He always willing to listen. He was a great guy.
Garneau's wife, Pam, said he passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family in a Montreal hospital.
I knew him. I coached his boys in soccer. He was a great dad. He would come and watch. He's very humble.
He was described as a down-to-earth man, even though he was the first Canadian to go into space in 1984 in the Challenger shuttle.
Got to ask him a lot of questions about it. He was always very kind and taking time.
Garneau also led the Canadian Space Agency as president after 3 trips into space.
I grew up wanting to be like him, but then later in life I ended up meeting him. I ended up being mentored by him. I ended up working at the agency. Interestingly, I would say the thing that didn't change is I continued to want to be like him.
A minute of silence was observed in the House of Commons on Wednesday evening after members learned of Garneau's passing.
I was with my colleagues, and it sent a massive ripple and shock through our community. Marc was a really valued and respected and very well-liked colleague for so many years.
He was Foreign Affairs Minister and Transport Minister in Justin Trudeau's government.
We're very proud of him, his accomplishments, and I think, but most importantly, his legacy. He was a really decent, kind, thoughtful man.
On Thursday, flags at Westmount City Hall flew at half-mast in honor of Garneau and his contributions to the riding, and will remain this way until his funeral.
I always wonder why the good people go first, but he was a great guy, and I hope he rests in peace.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.